rā o te raukura. Come join us Saturday the 27th of January, Te Whiti Park, Waiwhitu. Featuring Macy Rika, Annie Crummer, Jaden Randall, and kapahaka performances by Ngāti Pōreke, Ngā Uri Taniwha, Hiwa, and Te Ahia Tahurangi. Te Rā o Te Raukura, a free event, 10 to 4 p.m. on Saturday the 27th of Jan.
I tēnei rangi hakamutunga o tēnei whakataetai poiwika mō ngā taitama wahine te kaumāwhitu ki raro. Nō reira nau mai hara mai ki te Pāko Starling, ki tēnei pito tāma ki Makaurau, ki Rānui. Nō reira nau mai hara mai, tēnā koutou katoa, kuru, mōrena, mōrena tātou.
Mōrena.
Morena, everybody, and welcome along to Starling Park in Ranui in West Auckland, where we've got the 2024 Under-17 National Softball Championships for girls here on a beautiful day here out at West Auckland. For Ballpark Broadcasting, I'm Gary Rohihi. Joining me in colour will be Jackie Clark, and you've just heard from our te reo man, Johnny. Sorry.
Carry on.
Carry on.
Anyway, so we're here to do the 9 o'clock game, which is a major semi-final out on the diamond here. We've got Canterbury and Counties. Now we're actually in the bottom of the first innings, and we've seen a lot of action out there so far, and it's been very hard to keep up. I think from our position we've managed to peg the score for me at 5-2 so far to Counties. So, Jackie, an incredible amount of action already in this ball game.
Absolutely. Mōrena, kia ora koutou, te whānau, ko Jackie Takuingoa. It surely has got off to a great start, hasn't it? It's been all action in this first inning, which I think we've expected. I've been speaking to the coaches this morning, and they know it's all about being strong with the bat, making consistent contact, and defensively it's going to be really, really important for each team to contain the other. But it looks like that's certainly happening in this first inning.
Well, the runs are plenty so far, and nearest I can make it, we're having to keep up from our position here. We're doing the game from a monitor where we've only got a very acute angle to look at the diamond. But number 28, Sienna Duffy, who's the DP in the batting order, should be up to bat. You've got at first base Acadia Nathan Kaiho. She's running at first base, and that is who's all on the diamond at the moment, which is fairly lucky for Canterbury because we've seen a lot of runners moving around the diamond, and it looks like Counties at the stage are going to go right through their order throughout this one. But in the first innings, Canterbury came out and did a similar thing. Started off strongly. They loaded up the bags, converted 2 runners on an overthrow, and so they've got 2. Currently, Counties with 5. And everything ahead for Canterbury at the moment, but it's still very early days in the ball game, and we could be here for a while if the batting stays this strong throughout the whole game.
I think we will see a high-scoring game. Yeah, unless they get, first innings, usually it's great to see that they're coming out energetic and enthusiastic and really attacking in the batter's box. That's probably why we're seeing a lot of runs being scored at the moment. So as we move into the game, I'd expect them to settle down, particularly defensively. Yeah,
well, we see a nice set-up second base. Well fielded out there, and the runner's taken out at 2 for the second out here in the bottom of the first innings. That will leave Sienna Duffy safe at first base and bring to bat, bottom of their order, Maya Kingi Hicks. So an incredibly interesting start to the ball game. I don't remember such a frenetic start to especially a game like this. They're normally semi-finals, especially in finals softball, are normally very tight affairs.
Yeah, that says to me that again there's aggression in the batter's box. They're seeing the ball and just having a go and being confident and moving the ball. But it also says to me that our pitchers probably just need to settle into the game, find the locations, and just be confident with making sure that they just stick to their game plans. Speaking to the Canterbury coach, she had said that she wants her pitcher to keep the ball nice and low, away from those from the county's Manukau team, and being able to open up their hands. So I'd expect that she'd be wanting her pitcher to really just hone in on focusing on that.
Out on the hill for Canterbury, you've got Ivy McLeod-Fruin. She's pitching to Caitlin Henderson as their battery out there. Must be feeling fairly shell-shocked at the moment because I think she's not quite hitting those spots, as you said, Jackie. There's another one she's tried to pull the strings on that one, take the pace off it, and that's gone high in the zone as well, or high above the zone.
Yeah, and I would expect to probably see a bit of change up, just to upset the timing of the county's Manukau hitters, which is really, really important.
This one's gone through on a drop third strike. The ball can't be handled at 1. That's going to score 2 by the look of it, with the batter running all the way to 2. A 1 must have come in.
And they're really applying pressure, aren't they?
They are.
On the fielders. So put the ball in play.
Real aggressive base running once they're out there as well. Very fast around the diamonds. I'll do the lineups very shortly. We'll just wait till the innings finishes, actually, and we'll stay live and do the lineups for both teams, so we actually know who's out there. So I make it that counties are back to the top of their order. Number 10, Penny Star. It looks like Penny out there on 2, so we're at Peyton Hiraka, which means we can add another run to that score. 7 to 2. What an incredible start to a ball game. Unbelievable.
It's all action.
Ai, tino kaha waitaha, tēnei wā, tā rātau I tēnei kēmu, e tākorana rātau I a Counties Manukau. Nō reira, ki tēnei wahanga o te tōna mana, ki te whiringa whaiti, ai he tino kēmu tēnei rā. Tēnā kōrua.
You see a nice hit up to centre field there. Comes back to the pitcher with runners now at first base and another one coming in to score. Wow, they're coming in too fast to keep up with. Incredible.
Well, that's really important, though, if you have runners on base, that you're able to actually score them, yeah? You need those back-to-back hits so you can move your runners and score them when they're in scoring position. So, again, Counties Manukau making the most of those opportunities.
Well, we've already seen a conference from Canterbury, and I do see a pitcher down there warming up. It's very early to make a pitching change, but they may be just forced into it.
That's right, and sometimes if you need to do that, doesn't matter when it is. What it will do is just just disrupt the flow of your hitting team and just change it up a bit if you have to.
So there we go. It looks like we had an out there, I thought. Sorry, it's just been a little bit hard to keep up. We're limited with our view from our position here, folks, so we're sorry about that, but I'm sure it'll get better as the day goes on. Just a little bit of a break happening out there. So it's Counties all in control in the bottom of the first innings. And we have a quick break and they're back into it. We have number 1, Peyton Hiraka, out at first base. Out at second base. No runners at 1 or 3, which means that runner there must have scored.
So Peyton's been moved back to first base. It looks like they were querying a dead ball. So she's brought her back.
This time popped into foul territory. They are very aggressive with the bat, Counties. You mentioned before that they're also a very young team.
Yeah, they are. They are a young team. They have 5 players that will go on to the under-15 tournament. Which is a lot in a team for under-17. They've also had some players that have played in the under-19s team, so they've had exposure to some good softball. And then this team itself has actually, all of these players have been playing together for the last few years, so they've got a really good culture and understanding in terms of the dynamics of playing softball. So it's not surprising to see that they've got good combinations and they're all stringing things together as they should be.
Canterbury with already a steep hill to climb against counties. Canterbury came in as the 4th seeded team, so this is 1v4. Over on Diamond 2 we have Auckland taking on Hutt Valley, a 2v3 game to decide the grand final at 1 o'clock.
And how exciting, eh? This is what the top teams play for. You play all tournament. It's been a tough tournament. It's been great weather.
Beautiful weather. 30 degrees when we got here yesterday, guys. So, yeah, we were melting, and it looks like it's going to head that direction today as well.
Ai, tēnei rā, ki tau koreko ngā kapua i te rangi, e haramai he rā whakahirehire haramai ana. Nō reira, he wāhi pai tēnei Starling Park, nō reira, mena e hakorongo mai ana koto nama haramai ki te wāti ki te titiro wēnei ngā tīma, ngā kapa kohine, ngā kapa poi wika mō ngā kohine namai haramai.
So we were just in the break between innings, so I'll quickly run you through the batting order for Canterbury. We've got Canterbury lead-off hitter as Caitlin Henderson. She is followed by Jaya Barnes. Shyla Delator comes in next, followed by Madison Parsons. Amy Goodmanson, then Tiana Tafiol, Jade Croskery, Sinise Tahiri and Jessica Haldane round out the batting order for Canterbury. Defensively out there for counties, we have out at right field Chelsea Tapuni, centre field Trinity Waiwiri Toka, Acadia Nathan Kaiho is at left field, shortstop Savannah Lee Farrer. In the hot corner we have Penny Starr, second base Oleana Hesp, first base is Maya Kingy Hicks, Janaya Nathan Kaiho on the hill doing the pitching to Peyton Hiraka behind the dish. He is the defensive lineup this time for counties. So counties very much the form team. I'm told that they finished 4th last year, so this is equal at the moment to their best performance in the last couple of seasons, so they'll be looking to go further. Certainly started strong enough to suggest they might do it.
Yeah, and speaking to their coach before the game, he mentioned that this is great to be in the same position as last year, and but the key is that they just focus on this game, one game at a time, and it's going to be a bonus if they can get through this and go further on to the final.
Yeah, and won't there be some final? Lying in wait will be either Auckland or Hutt Valley. Hutt Valley over there have marched through the tournament with a lot of run-ahead rule games, so they'll be looking to get into the final. Auckland in a similar vein. I understand that they're a team that started a little bit shaky in the tournament and have gotten stronger every day since, to the point where now they're one win away from making the final themselves. So it'll be an interesting afternoon at 1 o'clock this afternoon, so we'll be bringing that to you live here from Starling Park. The great grand final for 2024. Janaya Nathan Kaiho out there pitching for counties right now. Looks to be quite a tall pitcher. Some good levers, throws good velocity. Be interesting to see if she can keep the Canterbury bats quiet, which Canterbury were unable to do with the counties hitters.
I think that's the important thing for both pitchers, is to be consistent, ensuring that they're keeping the ball low. That seems to be the game plan for both teams. And just hitting your spots consistently, just trusting the process and hitting your spots.
Well, if you've got a coach's hat on there, Jackie, and you're looking at a 8-2 ball game right now, and you're Canterbury's coach, what are you thinking, and maybe what are you planning?
Well, look, I think at this stage of the game, it's still very early, right? We've only seen one inning. Canterbury came out strong at their first turn at bat, and they can continue that. Right now, I'd be telling them just be patient. Be patient, be really disciplined in the batter's box, and just wait for the pitch to be where you want it to be, and obviously that's in the strike zone. But whether it be out or in, and just at this stage, just be very patient.
So still plenty of time to chip away.
Plenty of time.
At that deficit.
Plenty of time.
Bodies on base, probably the key to it. Get them and start moving them.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Well, of course, we've also got the other under-17 national tournament going on down in Christchurch at the moment. Currently, Auckland taking on Canterbury on Diamond 1 down there. That looks like that may be last night's game. It looks a little bit like a sunset instead of a morning sunshine. But so that would have been last night. We'll find out. I'll try and get an update on what's happening down there soon. But of course, the under-17 boys also in action, looking for their grand final, which is also at 1 o'clock. So top of the second innings, currently none out. And County's continuing to go to work. So much happened in this first innings that it's been hard to keep up. So if we're getting it a little bit incorrect at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, we are still trying to catch up. So we will we'll get there eventually and know exactly what's going on out there. Just seems to be a little bit more settled at the beginning of this innings compared to the start of the last innings.
Yeah, well, as I've talked about, you can see already that the Canterbury hitters are actually spending a little bit more time in the batter's box, which is good. So just ensuring that their pitch selection is good. There you go. See a
Umpire's
hit
called
here.
that safe.
Yep.
She's rounded 2. She's going to go to 3. It's a long way out. Coach is centre. And there's an in the diamond home run. So Canterbury answering in kind straight away.
Kia kaha mai waitaha tēnā koutou, tēnā koe e te kohine e patu tērā pōru ki whā waho o te taimana, nō reira. Tēnā koe.
Yeah, the right fielder for Counties just seemed to give up on that a little bit. I think she might have thought it was a foul ball, but the umpire was quite clear with the signal there. And so the Canterbury batter helped herself all the way around the diamond for an in the diamond home run.
Yeah, she did think that, didn't she?
Yeah.
She threw her hands up, indicating that she thought it was foul. Unfortunately, you've just, and well done, though, still continue to chase after the ball, because unless the umpire calls it foul, it's not foul.
That's right.
Right.
But very aggressive, good coaching by the Canterbury coach there, and sending her a runner. Again, early days, make the most of your opportunities if you get runners on.
So we make that score 8-3 at the moment. In the top of the second innings, it's quite an incredible start to a semi-final ball game, actually. Well, here at Starling Park, it's my first look at Starling Park. It's actually a very picturesque ground. Plenty of trees around, and obviously the blue skies help. Beautiful weather. Very light breeze. Great day for ball. Full artificial turf out there. Not just the diamond, it's the whole thing. And home of the Waitakere Bears softball club.
That's right, fantastic grounds. They've done a great job out here this week, and like most associations and clubs, it takes the community to help support to put on these tournaments. So it's great to see that they've had that support, and there's been lots of whānau and friends in the community out here watching.
Yeah, there's a good sprinkling right around the diamond. I'm assuming that will build as we head towards the grand final. So we just see Canterbury get themselves a runner out at second base.
So you see here, which is good to see again, talking about Canterbury just taking their time, just slowing it down here. You know, they're not in a rush. So they've actually been out there for a little while at their second turn at bat. So that's good, because what you want is you want your pitcher. So they want the county's Manukau pitcher to be having to pitch, right? A lot of pitches. They would have wanted a quick inning, get in there and get out, since they had such a great first turn at bat. So well done to Canterbury to come back and just slow the game down, be patient.
Yeah, well, all of a sudden the shoe's on the other foot with the pressure now on counties, and as I say, it's so early in the ball game. Canterbury have already narrowed the margin by 1 run. It's only a 5-run deficit now, but counties yet to record, and they've made a pitching change by the look of it.
Yeah, they have. They've made it early, eh? So they've taken Denia, is it, off?
Yep.
Who they started with, and they're bringing their young pitcher.
Number 22, Maya Kingi Hicks. Not a bad call. Both pitchers are obviously struggling with the power of the respective lineups.
And she'd be one of the youngest players in the county's Manukau team, coming into a semi-final.
Yeah.
Second inning. Yeah. Here you go, love. Take the ball.
It's a pressure situation to come in.
You get out there.
Kakaha mai, ai, kakaha.
Her mum will be maybe a little nervous and also probably very proud.
Yep. The first ball goes to the back net. It enables the runner to go across to 3.
So Mia Kingi Hicks is the daughter of Michelle Kingi. Michelle Kingi Hicks.
More softball legacies?
Yep.
That's hit out to shortstop. There we go. It's 3 down. And just like that, Canterbury did score a run in that innings to go to now 8-3. Here in the top of the second innings, we'll find out what happens after that long introduction in just a minute when we come back. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're into the bottom of the second innings here now in the major semi-final here at Starling Park in West Auckland. Ranui we're in, and it is a beautiful day here for softball. We've had plenty of action in this game between counties and Canterbury. Currently it's...
With her, and even just watching her now, looks like to me that she likes to just get into her work. You know, give me the ball, and so she pitches quite quickly. And likes to take control. Keeps the ball low, got a little bit of a change up. Both pitchers don't look like they have a rise ball. They're particularly more low ball pitchers. So that is the game plan. They want to keep both teams want to keep the ball low, get the hitters to hit ground balls, and all day defensively, it's about picking the ball up and just getting the outs.
Yeah, very much backing your infield to do the job.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's quite amazing when you come into a game with this scoreline, and potentially that's not going to be the end of it, as we see the first batter, number 8, it is Trinity Waiwiri Toka, head down to first base on the walk. And potentially we're looking at a high-scoring ball game already, so I suppose management and plans can sometimes go out the window as we see a hard hit out to left field. Nice job this time done by counties who we've mentioned before. They just keep batting together, hit after hit, batting in blocks. It's quite impressive.
And they do that consistently. So when they have runners on, that says to me that they're, when they're hitting under pressure and they need to move the ball, they're able to do that.
Chelsea Tapuni up there now for counties. One of their very dangerous hitters. She almost coming in at number 6. It's almost like restarting the order with someone like that.
And there we see she was able to drive the ball to the centre field to advance that runner from second to third. So in a good scoring position.
Runners on the corners for counties. Parsons not finding it any easier than did McLeod Fruin out there against these very aggressive hitters from counties. And the ball is going on the ground, but it's going hard through the infield, isn't it? It's going all the way out.
That's right. They both teams hitting the ball solid, hard. And that's what you want to do when you're in the batter's box. If you're gonna swing at the ball and make contact, you want to make hard contact.
Well, of course, the tournament's been running since Thursday, in beautiful conditions here in Auckland. We've seen. They've enjoyed a lot of ball here at this park, Starling Park. Southland, I'm quite impressed with the South Island managing to send 3 associations this far up north. We've got Otago, Southland, and of course Canterbury out there, as we see a fly ball taken comfortably out there by second base. No runners scored this time, an unusual occurrence for when the ball hits the bat.
And that's good. Canterbury will be happy with that. Good solid fielding inning so far.
Sienna Duffy comes into bat now as we get a look at the batter's box. Oh, can't be taken out there. That's going to cost them a run.
Taku aroa ki a rātou, tatania.
So that hit out to centre field, unable to be caught. Another run scores for counties. Runner safe at 1 and runners safe at 2.
Yeah, she won't be happy with that, unfortunately. Outfielders, as a next outfielder myself, anytime there's a fly ball, you want to. That's it. That's our bread and butter. We catch those. So she maybe just got off a bit of a slow start, reading the ball off the bat. Yeah.
She managed to do the work to get to the catch and couldn't execute right at the end. Well, County's just unable to be slowed at the moment. Their momentum, as we see a pass ball move the runners into scoring positions once again. And in a game like this, if you're not able to control the ball, then this is going to be the result.
Ai. Kei ngā papa tuarua, me te papa tuatoru ngā kaitākaro counties Manukau, nō reira. Ka mau te wehi o te kōtiro rā, kia hopu. Ai.
The pain in this innings ends for Canterbury. 3 out. As we head now to the top of the third innings, it is Counties Manukau enjoying a healthy lead over Canterbury by 9 runs to 5. We'll be back in just a minute to find out what happens. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get underway in this ball game in just a minute as we see, looks like Wanganui making their way around the diamond, another association. It's very nice to see them participating in national tournaments as well. Good to see a few teams we haven't seen for a little while coming back into national tournaments, Jackie.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic to see all the provinces getting to the national tournaments once again. It's just good exposure for young players coming through the grades, coming through our sport to get a bit of a taste of softball and then aspirations to go further. So it's fantastic, and we know it's not, costs a little bit, right, to travel to tournaments too. So it's fantastic to see so many players here this week.
Yep, well done, you parents, digging deep.
That's right.
Fantastic job. I've done many years of it myself.
Te kāna ko te whānau, hei tautoko a rātou tamariki, tēnā koutou te whānau.
There's a nice play at shortstop, but the throw was unable to be held. Batters safe at first base. And that was for Canterbury, number 7, Amy Goodmanson. Here in the third innings. On their order, that will bring number 17, Atiawa Toa up to bat. It seemed to have quietened down a little bit out there, Jackie, but it doesn't seem to have stemmed the flow of runs. And that's a more orthodox piece of softball as we see them bunting the runner around.
Bunting, moving the runner, that's right. Yeah. And sometimes, in a game, they've got plenty of time. There's still lots of game time left here. Just conservatively do your job. Just move the runner. Lead off hitter did her job. She got on base. Now let's move her over. But you can also see, just reverting back to that first play, moving the ball, applying pressure on the field, and if it creates errors. So put back to ball.
That's right. Move those bodies around the bases. Coaches start getting opportunities as we move in as well. So, you could start seeing maybe a steal come in. Would be an opportunity for them as well.
Yeah, well, it just gives the coaches more options, doesn't it? Yeah. It's just, if you have to slap, run and bunt, push, bunt, you're not just relying on hitting. You can get a little bit more creative.
Pitch in the zone there. Hard to, from our angle, ladies and gentlemen, we're unable to see what the umpires are actually up to, so you'll forgive us if we haven't got your pitch counts for you.
And you'll see there, Canterbury were being really aggressive, moving their runner from second to third on a steal.
Yeah, well, we just talked about the options that coaches have, and that's exactly the aggressive play that we've seen so far in this ball game from both coaches.
Yeah, that's right. And look, from what I've seen of the players and the teams, very impressed with the physicality in terms of speed.
Speed. Athleticism.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then you can do things like that, right? If you've got fast runners, that's again one of the beauties is you've got an option of stealing your base runners.
So with one down, runners out on the corners now at 1 and 3 for Canterbury. They'll be looking to narrow this gap again.
Always interested to see what teams do. Their tactic on a 1 and 3 play.
Yeah.
I always remember back in the day, it was like, oh no, what are we going to do here? What are we going to do?
Well, it's interesting because she just wandered to 2 basically without any pressure at all.
Yeah. I think there was a little bit of a drop ball by the catcher that allowed that. That's always a bonus.
But of course, I mean, if you're the defensive side, you could fake throw. And
yeah,
all
that's
sorts
right.
of things come into it. Try and get the third baseman to jump.
you just see Mia Kingi Hicks here as we talked about before, just trying to keep the ball low to give Canterbury's Manukau a ground ball, but not quite hitting her spot.
Yeah, we saw our first look there of the centre field camera, showing us the view from the pitcher, which was good. Just a couple of technical difficulties would prevent us going there consistently.
And Mia Kingi Hicks seems to be a bit of a natural with the low pitch, the drop ball, and I'm not sure whether they can see it at home, Gary, but the outfield here is quite shallow, compared to the Canterbury setup. So that also says that that's their plan, is to keep the ball low, their ground balls.
Yeah, of course, the danger of that is if you punch one through the outfield, then it's going
She's all over.
The fence. Yeah, and we saw that earlier in the ball game with an in the diamond home run. County's coach coming out to have a talk to his young pitcher. Not a bad time for it as Canterbury heap on the pressure.
That's right, just to break it up. And look, she's young, so it's a good call by the coach. You know, there's a bit of pressure on at the moment. Just give her a bit of time to relax, take a deep breath. Nice call.
Te kano Jackie, he wāpai ki te whaiwhakaro he hangamahi a te kēmu o haramai ana, pēhea a te awatanga o Waitaha, no reira he wāpai ki te wānanga.
Just getting back into the ball game now, it's kind of slowed down, which it really had to do. It started off at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Well, we see the attempted pick-off at 3. It's Canterbury now who have loaded the bags on the walk, which is what prompted the county's coach to come out.
Yeah, and that was good to see. Both teams came out with lots of energy and enthusiasm.
They should be at the bottom of their order. Number 13, Jessica Haldane up to bat.
And this is a good position for Canterbury to be in right here with runners on base. They'll be really looking to score those couple of those runs.
Oh, this is the out for the third out here in the third innings. So Canterbury will be kicking themselves there, Jackie. I mean, leaving 3 out on base like that without converting any of them, especially in the view that they're 4 runs down.
Yep, that's the name of the game, isn't it?
It is.
On the opposite, Counties Manukau will be happy to get out of that.
Yeah.
And I think their coach will be proud of their young pitcher. Yeah, and it was quite timely, as we talked about, with that timeout. Okay, let's just take a breath here, stick to the basics, stick to the game plan. Canterbury, that's their left-handed hitter too, I think their number 9 hitter. And she made good solid contact, but unfortunately just straight at the fielders. Yeah, so they'll come back the next inning and just work at that.
Yeah, so like you say, on the other side of the penny, of course, County's happy to dig themselves out of that hole. They get the opportunity now to stretch things out again as they come into bat. Here and now will be the bottom of the third innings.
Tēnā wai Māori Counties Manukau, engari kei ko te tīma hei patu te poru tēnei wā ko Counties Manukau.
Well, we're just about ready to go here. We'll stay on with this here in the bottom of the third innings. It's hard to believe that we've had more than an hour of game time and we're only in the bottom of the third innings. But that's a testament to the amount of batting we've seen out there and how difficult it is to get outs for both teams. Counties enjoyed a slightly easier run. If you say loaded bags is easier, but they did manage to get out of the top of the third innings without conceding any runs. So currently, Counties Manukau 9, Canterbury 5. And Counties, typically aggressive straight away, get their first batter out on base. Number 10, Penny Star. Did a good job as the lead-off hitter there for Counties.
She did indeed, and look, coming out and trusting her speed and popping down a little sneaky bunt there.
Well, the way they've been hitting, once again, the coaches are always thinking Canterbury are expecting power. So to come in with the bunt, definitely a good tactic.
Yeah, it is a good tactic, and it's good for hitters to be thinking that way, looking at the opportunities. If they see the field sitting back and you can trust yourself in putting that down and you've got speed, then why not?
Yeah, that infield are definitely up there a bit closer now. This one is hit hard all the way out to the fence. The runner's going to score from one, and there's a very nice stand-up duck.
It's like me that they like to play when they've got runners on, they've got the speed, rather than sacrifice.
This time it's straight back to the short game, and this is the county's coaches really mixing things up out there.
Ai pēnā tēnā, ko nā rautaketanga mō tēnei kēmu, pai ngā whakaroa te kaihautu o te kapau Counties Manukau.
Yeah, so you've got to take your hats off to the county's coaches the way they're managing this innings, that's for sure.
You're really mixing it up. Great to see. It's good softball. Just not thinking about the conventionally, just long ball hitting, relying on that. And even the bunt, he opted to let the hitter hit. So Peyton Heraka is obviously capable of the long ball in that situation.
Well, here in the bottom of the third innings, it is Counties who have emerged as the dominant team as we see another hard hit out to the left field fence. This time the runners are going to score. The hitter is very fast and she's rocketed all the way around for a stand-up triple, scoring that runner from second base.
Tino tere, tino kaha ia, no reira kia kaha mai, waitaha, kia kaha mai.
And that's Trinity Wairere Toko, again, being very, very dominant and consistent in the batter's box.
So I make that 3 runs scored in this innings so far. Taking the score now out to 12-5. The way they're hitting and the confidence that they're moving the ball very much suggests, and the way that the coaches have managed it, is definitely Counties that have emerged after 3 innings now, and they're just dominant in this ball game right now. Still time for Canterbury to turn it around. We've seen stranger things happen. And don't forget, they've scored 5 runs of their own in only 2 innings, in 3 innings, sorry.
Yeah, just stay solid and focused. You can't do anything about those hits. Maybe we're unable to see the pitch location, so the pitcher will be working on that. If they're able to make solid contact, then she's probably putting too much of the ball across the plate, obviously. Yeah, so just work on that, hit really good locations to contain the Counties Manukau hitters.
Well, they're seeing them as big as watermelons out there at the moment, and are swatting them to all parts of the field. No disrespect to Canterbury there, but it's just an impressive lineup of hitting from Counties at the moment. If you'd have said to Canterbury before the ball game you're going to have 5 runs in 3 innings and you didn't know what Counties are doing, they probably would have taken it.
That's right.
This time it's a fly ball. It's going out to right field. Nicely taken on the catch, but it's not going to stop another run from scoring out there.
Ai kia tau anō ngā waiwai tētahi o Counties Manukau ki te papakainga no reira. Ka mai tonu mai.
It's a nice job out there by the Canterbury right fielder, Atiawa Toa. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be easy. It would be easy for another side to get your head down in this situation. So Canterbury just need to keep their heads up, trust in their own offence, and still plenty of time in this ball game.
No runners on base, so now just get your outs.
Yeah.
Just get your outs.
Yeah, that's the important thing for Canterbury. You've got to focus on what they've got to do. And the important thing right now is to get an out.
It's always tough, like they started the Manukau started the inning well with getting their lead-off hitter on, and that just starts a bit of a roll as a hitting team.
Very much, and we've said it before in the 3 innings we've watched of counties so far. They hit in blocks. When one goes, 3 or 4 of them go.
And as hitters, I remember too when you. That's what you want. You want runners on base. That's when you thrive. You're thinking, you get excited, and that's what you're aiming for, is to help actually move those runners and help to score them.
And Counties Manukau have done it to the tune of 13 runs at the moment. And once again, when you talk about what would you have done at the beginning of a ball game if you said you had 13 runs after 3 innings, you'd have thought you'd been heading for an early decision. But I don't think we can take anything for granted the way both teams have been batting. It's Canterbury, it's all ahead of them though.
Yeah, and just once again, just stay focused. Trust the plan though that you have. When you get your opportunity, you need to make the most of it. I mean, I think if we think back, unfortunately, Canterbury left those runners on base. Yeah, so you have to make the most of those opportunities when they're there.
Well, we talked about it after the first innings, that Canterbury had time to chip away at a lead of 4 or 5 runs. Kind of different scenario for them now. They're going to have to score a few runs in 1 innings to try and before they consider starting to get 1s and 2s again.
That's right.
Oh, there's a nice throw out to second base for the 3rd out here in the innings. A little bit hard to keep up with the outs in the ball game. But Canterbury have made a nice peg at 2. They head back to the dugout, but not before Counties scored another handful of runs in this innings to take the ball game out to 13-5 with 3 innings complete. We'll be back in just a minute to find out what happens.
Chucky fell it off.
Good quality at bat here.
Seeing a lot of pitches as well, especially coming in, this late in the game too. He's doing really well there.
That's what you want, though, isn't it? If you're going to come in and make an impact. And right here, Chucky is taking it with both hands. Of course, he's trying to lay the table for young Jaden Potts up next. So
100.9 and 94.9 Atiawa Toa.
When the radio's on and the sound is hot, you just have to enjoy. There's no way to stop. That's where it sounds like the best every day of the week. Better than all the rest. We let the music speak. All the best throwbacks, 90s and more. Atiawa Toa. All the best throwbacks.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are at Starling Park here in West Auckland. We've got the 2024 Under-17 Softball Championship for girls. Very exciting ball game in terms of hitting, as we see a pop fly there taken behind second base by the shortstop. And that's the first out. In the off-camera moments, Jackie, you just mentioned that Canterbury would be happy to have a 3-up, 3-down innings like their one was. Oh, that's not a bad start to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Counties Manukau would have been happy with that, especially with the young pitcher doing what they would have asked her to do, keep the ball low and Sorry, just taking a break there as we watch that play there. But, you know, keeping the ball low and getting the hitters to hit the ball to us, and we'll get the outs. Looks like the same thing happening here as well for Canterbury. They'll be wanting to get out of this inning so they can get back in and have another turn at bat.
Things going to plan, and Canterbury had to call a halt somehow, and they're doing it well in this innings, to the momentum that Counties had enjoyed in the 4 innings that they've batted. So, well done Canterbury so far. One more batter to do it. Getting right into the meat of their order at the moment. It's been hard to keep up, but I'm saying that's Madison Parsons out there batting.
See Parsons working really hard on the mound here.
Yeah.
Hit good spots. Get her team out of this inning.
Sorry, Madison Parsons doing the pitching, not the batting.
Here we go. Good job.
Nice work and nice job, Canterbury, to end that inning. 1, 2, 3 and out for Counties as we now head into the 5th innings. Game starting to move along. No change to the ball score this time. Sorry, Johnny.
Nā, ka tere mai, ko ti pai te era ngā mahi Waitaha, kei konei, nā, e hara mai ana Counties Manukau, nō reira, ka kaha mai koutou.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Canterbury up to bat now here in the 5th inning. And we've had the bottom of the 4th innings it is actually. And we've had the unusual sight here at Diamond 1 at Starling Park of Canterbury having a 3-up, 3-down innings against Counties, who had been really putting them to the sword in the 4 previous innings of their batting. So Canterbury now need to do some batting of their own to back up that defensive effort and score some runs to narrow this deficit 13-5 that Counties enjoy over Canterbury in this ball game.
Kia kaha mai Waitaha, kia kaha mai.
We see the lead-off hitter here. Be really important. She's going deep in the count. Good pitch selection.
Hits that one straight out to second base. So the first out, Canterbury, something they didn't want. They needed a lead-off hitter on bag. But once again, I mean, Counties not really putting a foot wrong. I know they've given up 5 runs to Canterbury, but you know, so in the last couple of innings, they really have underlined their dominance. First with the bat, but now also defensively.
Yeah, well, they'll have a lot of confidence now, won't they? I mean, you know, they've got a number of runs up their sleeve. You know, not too much will hurt them at the moment in terms of, you know, any errors or anything like that, unless there's back-to-back errors and back-to-back hits. But at the moment, we're not seeing that, so they'll be feeling really confident. Yeah,
and I've got to give a shout out to the pitcher as well. She's come on to replace their starting pitcher, Janaya Nathan Kaihau, and Maya King Hicks has come in and actually stemmed the flow that Canterbury might have enjoyed, and to the point where the runs have really dried up for Canterbury. She's done a good job since she came in.
Yeah, she's really handled the pressure well, hasn't she? And coach has done a good job in supporting her. And giving her that time out when she needed it, when there was a bit of pressure on.
And so this time, once again, it is 3 up, 3 down. And this is all a bit of a breath for fresh air for us as we see we make that 5 innings, that run ahead rule.
Yeah, I think you'll find that that's probably
That is the 5th
a run rule, yes.
Yeah. So we'll just double check. Yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. As the counties girls come out of there to enjoy what has now been a great victory for them, as we see. We were in the 5th innings there, so the run ahead rule. Oh, yep, and we'll just give you a quick update out there. Hutt Valley are up by 3-0 over Auckland in their ball game. It's definitely a much tighter affair over there than what we enjoyed here. But anyway, we'll just get back to this ball game. A stunning display by counties, really, Jackie. The dominance they enjoyed in that ball game.
Yeah, and talking to, as I mentioned at the beginning of the game, talking to the coach, it was all about focusing on this game. They weren't looking towards the final, although I laughed at that and went, oh, really? But, it was all about one game at a time, and it was a team effort. Yeah, they knew that they had to put bat to ball, and it had to be a really good, solid defensive effort by the team, and that's what we've seen.
Really, Canterbury, no answer to the dominance of the sticks that counties were able to bring to this ball game, and they just peppered the whole diamond with hit after hit after hit to the tune of 13 runs, and aren't they happy about it? They move one step closer. The first team that is going to be in the grand final is counties. The ball game going on, Diamond 2 is a close one as well, 3-0 Hutt Valley over Auckland, so we're going to see who the second one is shortly. But in the meantime, for Ballpark Broadcasting, I'm Gary Rohi, and it's been Jackie who's been with us as well. And we'll leave you with Johnny to take us out.
Tēnā tātou, ngā mihi marika ki Counties Manukau, ko eke panuku, ko eke tangoroa. Ai te kāna a Gary, ko haere rātu i nei ki te whiringa whakamutunga hei tēnei ahi. Nō reira, e te iwi, nau mai hara mai, mena e whiri ana koe. Hana mai hara mai ki te wāti, ki te mātakitaki tēnei, tēnei whakataitai. Nō reira e te iwi, ngā mihi kia koutou, tēnā tātou.
That